This time we were coming into summer, and it was time to move the herd from down below up, and we were going to load them in trucks. And for some reason, about 6 cows never got caught up in that, and for some other reason, for a while, I don't think they realized they were gone. So 1 or 2 years even went by, and these cows were still down there. And over the course of that time, these cows got wild. And RD and I would see them, and we would try to get them, and we just couldn't do it. The stream was there, the cliffs were there, it was too steep. And they had gone, I called it like going native, they called it just going wild. They didn't behave like a normal cow that you're trying to get. The first thing I noticed was odd about them is they got quiet. You know, when you're moving the other cows, they're lowing and there's these neat sounds. These guys would stay quiet. And all you could hear was the brush breaking when they were moving. And that was odd to me. And so RD, it became a mission. He got a son who's a very accomplished competitive roper, and he brought a buddy, and he brought grandsons that are champion bull riders and very much better horsemen than any of us. Far more into all the nuances of being a good horseman. You know, we were just ordinary guys. And he also even brought a walkie-talkie system, and he bought a tranquilizer gun, and I think he even had a dog. And so we're all scattered out. RD's high up on a cliff, silhouetted against the sun, talking through a radio. And of course, there's chaos. These are family members, so nobody's paying attention to anybody, and they're all talking back and forth. And I was halfway up the cliffs, and I looked into this little group, and I'm right on them, but they're not making a single sound. And it was weird. It seemed like it kind of made Slip go quieter, and it made me go quieter. I thought back on it. Yeah, you usually go hup, hup, hup when you're moving cows. I didn't make any noise. They didn't make any noise. And then they were gone like smoke. And they had some little snaky, secret wild cow trail that I didn't find. And I'm looking at a ravine I just can't cross. And so I'm kind of puzzled over that, and I'm waiting. A little time goes by. RD's come down off the top, and I see a big gray cow just break across this clear area down below with his son on one side and another roper on the other, and their lariat ropes are looping. And I know it's just by a freak because those guys are good, but they both missed. And then RD comes blasting out of nowhere on that big gray horse, blessing. Her ears are back. He's flying. He's got a rope twirling, and his hat falls off, and he has no chance of getting that rope on that cow before they hit this area of dense trees. There had been a fire down there. It was like burned, broken limbs. I thought, this guy's going to get killed. He's going to crash in there. And sure enough, the cow crashes in, RD crashes in, and about that time I get down there, he comes out and he's got blood all over his face, and he's saying, I just about had that cow. I just about had her. And I kind of looped around and got in this dense thicket. It was almost like Florida. It was kind of dank in there. And I was leading Slip. I couldn't even ride. And I got way down deep in it, and I see her. She's down. Just as she hit the trees, just as RD was about to throw that rope, whoever had the tranquilizer gun got a dart in her, and she went down. So I thought, oh, I'm going to be the hero. All these big-time cowboy guys out here, I'm going to be the hero. I'm going to at least get one. And I got almost to her, and there's an old fence between us. And by the time I worked my way down the fence, poof, she was gone. And there was something down there, made my eyes swell totally shut in a few days. And so about a week later, RD called me, and he said, I got those cows. And I said, well, now how'd you get them? He said, well, I hid in that windmill down there by the pens. I hid in there all day. I put a bunch of alfalfa out. He said, but they weren't going to come. I tried that trick before, but I took some water, took some food. I stayed in that windmill. After about 6-7 hours, they went in and get that alfalfa. I shut the gate. I said, well, RD, do me a favor. He said, what's that? I said, tell people that you and I got him in by ourselves, okay?